Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Friday, October 10th, 2025. Let's take a look at the chart. Start with the big picture, longer-term outlook. It was a month ago this week that we settled above the 362.39 2.5-year channel top, indicating our next long-term objective of 524.64. I've been calling this 5 to 8 months. We're a month into it and really halfway there anyway. It has been the 7-month channel top, though, on the way that we've been anticipating and did test last week that can continue to contain buying on a weekly, possibly into November basis. And having tested it, this market should be considered very susceptible, really, to falling back into the 362.39 region over the coming weeks. 2 to 3 weeks, 1 to 2 months. That's difficult to gauge. I can say that on the way down, we do have on the daily chart a rising channel top at 406.13. We have that as a weekly support area that can absorb selling on a weekly basis. We could see this over the next 3 to 5 days, perhaps, and once tested, we could round up into the upper 460s again. It is this sort of two-sided play that can play out both near-term and mid-term that could certainly delay 524.64. In other words, 5 to 8 months, not out of the realm of possibility here if you account for everything I've just described. 362.39, though, becoming kind of a 1 to 2 week target if we then close below this 406.13 former rising channel bottom. 362.39 is coupled with 355.85, which is a rising channel bottom on the daily chart, able to contain selling right here. You can see through the rest of the year when you consider that it is in such close correlation with 362.39. Once tested, we can round up through the first quarter into next year and ultimately reach 524.64 over the next 3 to 5 months.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
That is the downside. Let's finesse this a little bit with the intraday stuff. We have a descending trend line at 434.61 that may contain intraday, I'm going to say selling pressures, because we closed at 435 and change. An unchanged open would have us open above 434.61, in which case we can rally to 453.25. You can see these 2 intraday pivot points today. 434.61 support, I'm calling it, with an unchanged open. We could open above it. 453.25 in reach today. 453.25 is that high settlement price that was put out on Monday of this week, and then we fell away. That could be it for the day. I will say that if we close today above 453.25, we retest 465.99 within another 1 to 2 days. 465.99 is the beginning of a range up to 469.54, both rising at a steady pace that can once again contain buying through November, and once tested, we can fall away again. If, and it's not going to happen today, we were to close above 469.54, then we should see 524.64 in as little as 2 to 3 weeks, where we actually could top out through the first quarter of next year and fall away from here significantly. But until then, just know, because we've tested meaningful, what I'm going to call midterm resistance, this market is quite susceptible to falling away. So susceptible that I've been recommending that you could play the short side in this vicinity. And I'm talking to not only those who, sell short the stock itself, myself, but might have also reached for already 360 strike out of the money puts that don't expire. I would go several months out on this kind of 1 to 2 month downside play. Once again, holding below 434.61 just might yield 406.13 today. In other words, if we open at or below 434.61, selling pressures can build, and 406.13 not out of the question. It is a Friday, last day of the week. They tend to be higher volatility sessions, and we've certainly seen that kind of volatility over the last couple of weeks. So 406.13, if tested, can contain weekly selling pressures. If you're a 1 to 2 week swing trader, as we've been mentioning, you may have sold the 460s, anticipating this 406.13 area as a zone to take profits in and perhaps reverse and play the long side as we continue into later October. If we were to close below 406.13, then we're anticipating this rising channel bottom at 355.85 combined with 362.39. This is probably a 1 to 2 week play to the downside, where once again we can bottom out through the rest of the year, and above which our long-term objective remains at 524.64 over the next 5 to 8 months if we close above 469.54 within 2 to 3 weeks. I'm going to leave it at that. I think I have said it all. I'm going to leave it at that for this, for Friday's daily Tesla report. I'll be back Sunday with Mondays. You have a great weekend.